I gotta get. Oh, here I am. Welcome to the show, the Digital Pit Boss, baby, baby. Let me put my link out there just in case we happen to get one. Pit Boss I've been holding back, hiding in the cut, just letting these dumbed down channels get it in. And you know how it go. I hear a whole bunch of dumbed down. What can you do? Oh man, they won't even let me share my own link. What kind of shit is that? How I can't share my own link in the damn chat? Let me see if I put a space on it. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go over here to my YouTube channel and share it. Ain't that bitch? Goddamn. Hold on. Let's see. Welcome to the little old channel, bitch. Goddamn. Hold on. Let me block that. Okay. Got it. We can pin the chat. Let me see if it's gonna let me share this link. There we go. I can't even share a link on my channel. But if you want to come on when I get to digging in this topic, y'all gonna have to knock it. Try to stop it. But before I get deep into the show, I got a little song for you. Let's start this off with a song. Can we do that? Let me go find my song, because I saved this just for y'all. Just for you. Boom. This is my Dumb Down song. Let's get it.
What I'ma do? Now that she running with biting, I'm biting you mad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't black excellence, it is irrelevant. Why you mad? She with a white man. Best love why you still care. Worry less for her husband and more about what her heart stand. Representation is what we need, and you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that the first black woman VP ain't what little black girls need to see. Check your racism, your sexism, your bigotry at the door. On your insolence and your ignorance, we ain't trying to hear it no more. Kamala Harris is here to stay, despite all the poison you try to spray. If black is king, she is a queen. Guaranteed she rise anyway. Kamala, I'm so lit, I don't know what I'ma do. Now that she running with biting, I'm biting you bad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't the excellence, it is irrelevant. It's Kamala, not Kamala. Put some respect on her name. Past time to stop dissing black women. We be fighting villains just for existence. Like Obama, they wonder she all the way black. Graduated from Howard, forgot about that. Discrediting her record, no context of facts. Judging like you, God, need to fall back. Deflecting disrespect and ask yourself why. Do powerful women eat you up inside, huh? Why you wanna hate on Kay Harris? You the one mediocre, but you acting like she average. Your accomplishments amount to pay the Instagram spatting. Why she all up in the Senate spitting facts straight down? And now I ain't saying that she perfect, but I'm 1,000% that she worth it. Cause we cut from the same cloth. I'm historical black, we coming for it all. The woman is formidable, unforgettable, living history. I see my dreams, taking a stand for men like you and me is not a decision I gotta contemplate. Kamala to make America great. Kamala to make America great. Kamala will make America great. Kamala will make America great. Kamala. I'm so lit, I don't know what I'ma do. Now that she running with biting, I'm biting you bad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't black excellence, it is irrelevant.
Kamala. Woo! I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I ain't dumbed down in a motherfucker, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll write on the walls, telling them all. Fuck is going on here? How y'all gonna get out the trap? How you gonna get out the trap when you don't even understand you're in a trap? It ain't over with though. The dumb down gets even worse. Who's pushing the dumb down? Well, certainly there is a side called the deep state. Let's take you back to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and the Black Panther Party of the 60s. This is when the dumbed down stepped on the gas and went full metal throttle. Full metal throttle. What up, Dig Dug? Hit the link. Come speak your piece, Dig Dug. I call you Dig Dug. Doug is like a loyal fan now. I guess we just waiting on a couple other calculated risk takers. I'm gonna drop a little bit. So we talking about the dumbed down of Black America, right? But I wanted to go back to the 60s where the dumbed down kicked in with the full throttle. What did we get? We got Black Power came out of that 60s. Is one of those titles that we seem to gravitate, the way we gravitate to the title Black Lives Matter. Back then it was Black Power. And who was screaming Black Power? Our revolutionary socialist Marxists. That was our leadership that we put into power, our revolutionary socialist Marxists. Now, I have been condemned on the conscious community for banging on socialism, for exposing Margaret Sanger and the Negro Project of the 1920s, for even introducing Alice Bailey and her 10-point plan of 1950. I got condemned for bringing you guys the Marxism of the Hollywood 10 in the 1950s and the 40s. I got condemned by the conscious community for simply mentioning the NAACP's, the Joel Spingard list. Dig Dug just want to listen. Go ahead, Dig Dug. Sit back, get your popcorn. You know, this is a donation-free show. Keep your money. Take my information. Let it sink in. Plant you a seed where you need and watch it grow. Because Digital Pit Boss gon' flow. And it don't even matter. I have to do it this way because if I go full throttle on the conscious community, again, I gotta intake all the hate. I gotta get 100 haters in my chat room. Goddamn Sonetta gonna start calling in the show. Polite calling in the show. All these niggas know. If y'all let Pit Boss get any gravity, we got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Digital Pit Boss is getting views and donations. So to just, creep in here with a little bit of info, I just come on here and there on a chill moment, drop y'all some heat bombs and let it fly. And just let it fly, right? Okay. So I want to go to a caller from one of my favorite dumbed down channels. Y'all already know what the channel is. If you don't know, you're about to know. Can you dig it? And I want y'all to hear this caller. Boy. Sometimes I wish I could just go head up with Sonetta for 4 hours. Not in a debate, but asking questions. I want this nigga to answer some questions. Because it's some shit that I like about Sonetta. Y'all be impressed to know that, huh? It's some shit. Sonetta get it, but he don't get it. And you know me. I just call it. So I'm gonna click on to this little show. So on this particular show, Sarnetta is crying because he couldn't get his props. That nigga was mad he couldn't get them props. Hold on. Let me see if I'm right.
Hello, Brother Sarnetta.
All right. I'm on. Let me pause it real quick before I play this clip. Because I got to set the clip up. I can't just let y'all fall victim to this shit. So here's what I like about Sarnetta. Sarnetta gives light to the dumbed down. Sarnetta's channel is based upon primarily anti-Christian Black people. I don't care what they call themselves. They can call themselves the Black atheists, the Moor. They can call themselves Hebrew Israelites. They can call themselves the Nation of Islam. I don't care what they call it. I call it anti-Bible, point blank, period. Now, if you anti-Bible, it's obvious who your candidate in the political arena is going to be, the side that is anti-Bible. I wonder what side that be. Anti-Bible has its fame under the ideologies of socialism, Marxism, and communism. This paradigm is a cold paradigm. God damn, this paradigm is putting up a fight. What's the opposition to socialism, Marxism, and communism? What is its opposition? Well, freedom is the opposition to socialism. Capitalism is the opposition to Marxism. Or I should have went a different way. I'll go for that. I'll still do it this way. And Christianity is the opposition to communism. So on one side, you have socialism, Marxism, and communism. On the other side, you have freedom, capitalism, and Christianity. God damn, how good it sounds. The fight sounds like it's going to go some rounds. Now, within that paradigm, you got 250,000 small battles going on. I just had a great conversation the other day with some calculated risk takers on the phone, and we was going in. It was like 3 hours long. I was feeling like it was back in the day. I was like, God damn, boy, y'all, I kind of been frayed away from having these deep discussions offline. But I have some truths that just they want to call and talk about shit. So I asked this one guy that was on the phone. He primarily couldn't answer a simple question like, could God inspire a book? If there was a God that created all things, could that God enter the mind of a man and inspire that man to take a pen and a pad and write down his thoughts sent to him from God? Oh, that question. He just tap danced, tiptoed through the tulips, duck and dodge. He did everything he could, but he couldn't answer. So I answered it for him. I went a little deeper. I went a little further. I want you to pose this question to an atheist, anti-Bible, anti-religious, I'm God type of person that you could find somewhere. And I want you to ask them this. Those that believe in science, like the Comedics, like Brother Reggie, he believes that science is the answer. From the Amin Ra Squad, he believes science is the answer. I want you to ask him this question. Can science come to a conclusion about a moral issue? Woo! Damn, don't crack your brain cell trying to think about that. Let me say it again. Can science come to a conclusion about a moral issue? Let's break that down. Let's give an example for some of you who who thought tied with that. Let's use abortion. Because you know Roe versus Wade is coming to the Supreme Court near you. It's coming to a conservative Supreme Court near you. Who gave us the Roe versus Wade platform? It was the anti-Bible allegiance. It was the anti-Christian alliance. It was the depopulation eugenics program. Yes, yes, yes. Margaret Sanger, a self-proclaimed eugenics, created the birth pill that gives you the pink ribbon. The birth pill gives women the pink ribbon, and they march to cure cancer while popping a cancer pill. Ain't that a bitch? This is what you call the dumb down. When you put a pill in your mouth that gives you breast cancer, and then you march to cure cancer. You should be marching to stop taking the birth pill. And cancer be gone. Most of it. Your breast cancer for sure would be gone. How come they don't know that the birth pill that has the ability to kill the conception of life in you doesn't have side effects? Am I unraveling some thought ties in your mind? The birth pill could go into your system and kill your conception of life and leave a side effect called breast cancer and other forms of cancer as it continues to kill. It doesn't stop killing once it kills the baby. It continues to kill the host that swallowed the pill. But because of dumb down, we have fallen victim to eugenics. I might need to pull that up before I get into my Sarnetta audio. What's up, Sarnetta? You ready to go toe to toe yet? I know you're listening. I'm put your name in about 10 video titles. Call you out, see what you do. I heard you're gonna move to Atlanta. Ooh, next year. Sarnetta said he coming to Atlanta. He tired of living in an apartment. He want a rental. He want a rental in Atlanta. Ain't that a bitch? Bring your ass out here, nigga. Bring your ass out to the Bible Belt. All right, so the eugenics list. Let's see who's on the list. Let's see if we can find. Woo! Oh shit! Hold on. Oh my God! This is the unlikely surprising eugenics. 21 eugenics movement supporters that might shock you. That just might shock you. Hold on, I'm gonna share this screen with y'all. Let me read it. Let me scan it real quick. Make sure I don't expose y'all to some super stupid shit. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Ooh, let's see. I want some names. This motherfucker ain't dropping no names. Yeah, they ain't really giving me no names. I'm looking for a list. We're gonna go history of eugenics. Oh, goddamn, y'all will just not believe the level of nigga shit going on in this shit right here. Yeah, they really trying to hide these names. Ooh, goddamn. See, eugenics is connected to being anti-Bible. Here we go. A list of people who supported eugenics. I think we found something, y'all. Oh, yeah, we found some shit. We found a hit rock. Dig Dug, you ready for it? Who else is in the room? Why you niggas come in my shit, hiding your face? Let me see who you are. Put a goddamn FU pit boss symbol in the chat room, in the chat. If you on here learning in secret, it's all good. All right, so here we go. Going on, we going all that, boy. Goddamn, let me roll up a blunt for this one. All right, let's get these names. Francis Galton, February 16th, 1822. Moses Harmon, Alan Thurman, Alexander Graham Bell, the nigga that gave you the light, wanted to put out your light. He gave you a light, but wanted to put out your light. Lucian Howe, David Starr, John Henry Kellogg. That's Mr. Kellogg. The Kellogg cereal is trying to kill you. Henry Felford Osborne, Sigurd Adolf Knopf, Leonard Darwin, ooh-wee. John Harvey Kellogg, he's up there twice. Oh no, they just double laced him. Luther Emmett Holt, E.S. Godsons, George Bernard Shaw. I want to get a little earlier. I mean, we see all these names. I want to come into the 20th century. Look how many names want to kill you. Just in the 1800s or the 1900s. Look how many want to kill you. It's 100 of them on here. Here we go, though. I'm going to start with 1895, the year Booker T. Washington began to orchestrate the Pan-African Conference. Y'all don't want to go back there, though. All right, coming into the 20th century, starting in 1900, Morris Staggerda, Linus Pauling, Charles Lindbergh. Woo, y'all know these names. Harry Shapiro, Joseph Fletcher, Robert Clark Graham, William Shockley. Ooh, that's a name. Nathaniel Way, Seymour Itzkoff, William Luther Pierce, John Glad, and James L. Hart. And they didn't even get to the goddamn Margaret Sanger. How did she not make this list? How did she not get on this list? It's amazing. So a list of people who supported. People, look at this, Conservativepedia. Got it. You gotta have a get back. So either you're for eugenics or you're not. You can't be for abortion and against eugenics. It's a conflict of interest. You got to be for abortion and for eugenics. And if you get on the eugenics program, which these Democrat dumb downs, these are the dumb downs, these are the slaves left on the plantation. You couldn't save everybody. Some people, they don't know that they're slaves. They simply don't know. So now that we got a little insight Hey, it's the executive session. He's blowing weed and eating popcorn. Welcome to the show. To the low viewed digital pitball show, where you're going to get some heat in your seat and you're one of the lucky people to hear it. You what you call the advanced student. You know, the advanced class was never full of people. It was always very few students who could actually make it to the advanced class because the information is so heavy that the rest of the students' minds will just blow up. Thank you for jumping in the chat room just so I can see. You know, sometimes I'll be wondering, they love to listen. Little 100, 200 people that come, but they don't want to write nothing in the chat. They don't want to share the link. And that's cool. And that's cool because pitballs can get heavy on your soul. So I have to give an example and I got to play some dumb down. So here, Sinetta is crying about Umar didn't mention him when he went on a dumbed down channel in Hollywood, where if he would have mentioned Sinetta to those millions of viewers, he might have got somebody to think about, oh, he said he came out, Umar came out on Sinetta TV, so let me go see what this Sinetta TV is, and Sinetta might have had a bounce back on his show. Here, Sinetta put this show up 11 hours ago and got 15,000, 16,000 views, which is pretty good for Sinetta in one day. Because he's been struggling with some of these dumbass shows. And oh, a little side note. Sinetta, that show you trying to kick off with your cousin that got home from doing 20-something years in the penitentiary, you better start dropping him commercials because letting us hear 30 minutes of that dumbed down ass shit, it's not working for your platform. It has a space, but it ain't the conscious community. That's just a side note for you, Sinetta. Satan. So Sinetta does a show and he opens up that phone line. He got some chick living out here in Atlanta calling in, and she about to go full dumb the fuck down on the presidential election. Let's take a listen.
Peace and black power to Sister Martha, the Hebrew assassin. What's happening?
I am loving the show. Great show. I mean, I love that so many people is able to bring different perspectives. So I would like to take a second to just add mine, please.
Yeah.
Okay. About the Umar thing, I understand what you're saying, and I feel that you have done your part. You call yourself a prophet, you call yourself a teacher, an elevator, and you've done all of that. So you staying true to who you are has nothing to do with what someone else chooses to do or not do. I love that you continue to do you, and you've aired your whatever you feel, and some people.
Okay, first she got to call in and give a little bit about the topic of the show, which was Sinetta needs some encouragement because Umar didn't blast his show out. And he kind of feeling that. He kind of, he's been waiting to get some Hollywood recognition for years. So he got to share his grievances real quick. But after she finished, she about to get all the way dumb, all the way stupid, all the way down in the mud, bud.
Agree, some don't, but you're a man who stands on your own principle and you brought what needs to be brought forth. And I would like to expound on the voting thing. Voting for me and a lot of other people like me is very important. The easy way out is to say don't vote or I'm not going to vote, because it doesn't give you, you're not really putting yourself to your fullest potential by voting and making your voice heard. Please, I want everyone to educate themselves on the candidates. not propaganda that you see on a tweet or a Twitter or Facebook page, but actually get to know what the candidates' platforms are, what they stand for, and then vote. But it's not about just voting every presidential election. Vote in the midterms, vote and push them. You have to stay active. This is about fighting. Our ancestors stayed active. We have to be active and stay active. That's the only way we're going to keep their foot to the fire. Until things change, we have to participate in this structure. Because whether you vote or not, their decisions is going to affect us all. So play a part in it as a whole. And please vote. If you got to hold your nose, we have to get Trump out of here. I don't care what nobody say. The man is a raving, infected maniac. And we have to get him out of here. He's a known white supremacist.
But
His
this
own niece
what I
wrote
don't
a
understand,
book.
though, Sister Mike. I don't understand when we say we got to get Trump out of here. How come we don't say we got to get them out of here? As though when you say we got to get Trump out of here, you making it as though Biden is going to be the savior. Like, yeah, we need Biden up in here.
No, but I don't care who. It was 23 Democrats running on that stage with Joe Biden, okay? If any one of them 23 would have won, I'd have voted for them against Trump. So that's not the point. The point is what Trump himself, as the man in the Oval Office who's supposed to stand for uniting the country, has fought before he even ran for election the first time, dividing the country. When white supremacists are praising this man and black so-called conscious people are praising a white supremacist, we in terrible times.
But don't you want to see that?
See, this is where Sarnetta, I don't know what the fuck happened to Sarnetta. He don't believe that white man is the devil no more. This nigga Sarnetta, he can tell Biden is way the fuck worse. Why? What does Biden represent that Sarnetta can see? If Sarnetta can see it, nigga, it's got to be real life. Because he can't see much, but he can see Biden. What does he see that his dumbed down motherfucking audience can't see? Do you know why his audience are who they are? Because of all the fucking content Sarnetta has put forth. Sarnetta, if you created your own problem, you put out Umar with that bullshit. You put out all these atheist niggas. You pumped up the motherfucking socialism, Marxism to the fullest for a solid fucking 10 years on YouTube and another 20 years on the goddamn ground. You've been pushing this bullshit, cultivating these satanic niggas for years. These satanic niggas is full grown and dumb as a box of motherfucking rocks. And we getting a full blast.
Don't you want to see Trump out of here? Hold on. But don't you want to see the transparency though?
No, I don't want to see a trend. I know
so
I've been transparent.
Hold on, you think it is better when it is hidden because they're gonna do the same thing to Biden. They just not gonna. He's not gonna allow them to come out in the public and do it. It's gonna be hidden. But hold on, hear me out. It's gonna be hidden. Remember what Malcolm X said? We have become a people who want to suffer peacefully. You know that dentist is up in there and he's pulling your teeth, but you don't feel it because you didn't hit with all that Novocaine and you think you all right. You see? But you want to suffer peacefully. You don't want that pain. I want to see the pain. I would rather see transparency.
No, that's not me.
I would rather see that.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's about transparency. I think it's about policy and law and what you stand for. They say, show me your platform and I'll show you what you stand for. Look at the Republican platform. No racial justice on there. No black agenda. Look at the Democrat platform.
Hold the fuck up. No racial justice. No racial justice. Obama said he would consider prison reform. Trump gave you prison reform, the STEP Act. Black people said, well, you did that, but that was just a little, little straw that you threw on top of the camel's back. Trump said, oh, that wasn't enough. Well, I will guarantee you, in part 2 of my presidency, step back 2, we'll go even further. We'll give clemency to many of these people. Ain't that a bitch? She also said, Trump don't have a black agenda plan. Didn't he just sit there and do a long ass dissertation about his contract with Black America? But she said he didn't have one at all. Okay, maybe you don't like his contract with Black America. Maybe you don't like Trump wanting to add $500 billion on top of the money you got. 500 more billion, 300,000 more jobs. Maybe you don't like that. Maybe that ain't a black plan for you. But Biden got a black plan. But Biden all of a sudden got a black plan. He didn't have a black plan when he was in there with Obama. Obama said he wasn't the president of black people. He's the president of all people. That's what he told us. Y'all know, they might leave Biden alone because he got dementia. But Trump and them is fully loaded to bring these niggas before the Congress to answer questions about swamp activity over your 8 years of presidency and your 8 years of being the vice president. Trump got the motherfucking evidence, the platinum plan, ain't that? But she said it don't exist. The platinum plan don't exist. Let's go further with the dumb down. At least I give Sa Neter some credit. Sa Neter don't want to bring you that motherfucking low. He wants you to hate God, but he don't want you to be that motherfucking low. Let's get it.
That they ran on your website. They have a black agenda. Trump don't have that. He has nothing. Like he said, what the hell y'all got to lose? He has nothing to offer us. Okay? But propaganda and lies. Joe Biden, on the other hand, he's not perfect, but he do got a black agenda. I do hear, even in the debate, Mike Pence couldn't even answer, is there racist, systemic racism? You got
Trump,
one hand.
you said Biden got a black agenda?
Yes.
Look, Sa Neter is like, what? Where, nigga? Please educate me. I've been missing out on that part.
He got the black agenda. Look at abandoned chokeholds. Kamala was working on a lot. Police reform. Trump don't even acknowledge that there is racist, systemic racism. He won't even say the word. He say that there's no such thing as racism. So you got somebody on one hand who's completely ignoring racism, has no black people in his senior advisors or role in his White House, has no black people in there besides Omarosa who left. It told you a whole lot about him. So his own niece just wrote a book saying how their father was a leader of the KKK and how he raised Donald to be his protege. They got sued for saying black people couldn't live in their apartment buildings. He wanted 5 minority boys to be crucified and hung with the death penalty for a crime they was exonerated from.
Let me ask you
after the exoneration, still called for them to be the death penalty.
Let me ask you a question. When white people are for you, what do you think they are for you for?
It's different reasons. I have white friends, and they really are for me.
Remember that one? I got black friends. Now the Democrats then flipped your motherfucking script. I got white friends. And, motherfucker, so what your white friends do? Oh, well, we smoke crack together. Oh, you got those kind of white friends.
Majority of white people that ride with you. Let's say
they ride with Trump.
Let's say no, you don't. No, like let's say you're in the movement and you got a lot of white people that's mad at Trump. Why? Because Trump is giving up the information. Trump don't give a fuck.
They hate racism too.
Listen.
My white friends hate racism.
Listen to what I'm saying. Trump is revealing their ass. Trump is giving up the information on them. Trump is
Her, her white friends hate racism. Isn't the conscious community racist? Isn't the fucking aren't we racist? Don't we fucking think that the white man is the devil? Isn't that racist? Don't we hate the white man segregating our communities, buying liquor stores in our community? Isn't that racist? Don't we hate the white man? I thought we hate them. Black power up in this bitch. Ain't that racism? Black racism. Oh, I forgot. Y'all keep on moving the goalposts on me. Racism is when you have the ability to economically disenfranchise people. Black people don't have that. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Black people ain't racist. The white man is the devil, though.
Trump don't give a fuck. He's really exposing the white man. He exposing them. You gotta look at it. You gotta see what he's saying. That's why a lot of them don't even like him. He call it like it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question?
All right, let me ask you a question. No. Hold on. Just listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember Trump wanted to build a wall to keep the immigrants out? I bet you all against that. You against the immigrants, right? Trump said all the immigrants are coming over here and doing what? Taking our money, and we can't even build land and build jobs for our own people that's here. Let's build a wall, keep these motherfuckers out of here. I support that. I support.
See, this is why we need Sinetta. This is why we need a fucking Sinetta TV. So Sinetta can make the motherfucking ghouls angry by exposing them slowly to the light. By showing these niggas all their teachers, they have become angry. So much to the point that the conscious community now has white friends. The fuck happened to the atheists? When did the atheists start to have white friends? When they met the anti-Christian white folks of the left. I see.
You know, when you look at it, they are all getting the jobs of the constructions. You don't see too many black people getting the job. Why is they getting the job? Because they cheap. Because you ain't got to pay no money for them. They gonna go up on a goddamn 50-story building for $100 and be on the outside landscaping and coming down for $100. Ain't no black man doing that, yo.
I sat on the board. Can I say this? Let me say this, Anita. I sat on the board of my neighborhood, the village where my neighborhood was in. I sat on the board, and I was the only black person on that board. There was 9 of us, and the rest were white. And we had a project, a $20 billion road project, and I was the only one that advocated for them using the workers here and you know, giving opportunity to the people here. If my black voice wasn't in there.
Now she rolling with Trump. See? In her unconscious state, she's for Trump. In her conscious state, she's for Biden. Her consciousness is fighting her unconsciousness. And I got a whole show about this. It's called the enantiodromia effect. When your subconscious box out your conscious to bring you back to your equilibrium. It's a cold piece of the puzzle you need to understand.
Black home, I wouldn't have been able to advocate for them to use a black construction known site that I knew of. Our people have to be in a position to get these jobs. We can't say we want these jobs if we're not educating ourselves for these jobs.
Oh, now she wants the STEM program. Now she wants the Ivanka Trump STEM program for the black people. That's what she wants. The Democrats ain't advocating the goddamn STEM program for black people. Ivanka Trump came in the White House day one pushing STEM. Go look it up. Pit Moss don't lie. I don't got time to lie with all these devils that cry. I don't got time to lie. I just get straight to the facts. The facts is going to castigate me, subjugate me, and yet I'm going to blast it. Because y'all know what I do around this bitch. Hold on. Let's drop a quick commercial. Because y'all not going to understand the power of Donald Trump until you see the effects in the Black community. So with that being said, family, peace, family. We got to move on to some commercials. Peace, family. Let's get this.
Do you care about Black lives? I do. And unlike the people that currently run Baltimore, I actually have a plan to make life better for Black people here. Walk with me. I want you to see this. I'm Kim Klacik. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This city was once among the most prosperous, populated, and powerful cities in America. So what happened? Our leaders abandoned us and Baltimore fell into ruin. But it doesn't have to be this way. None of it has to be this way. A broken Baltimore does not have to be our future. And that's why I'm running for Congress, because I see the city differently. I walk the streets of Baltimore and see what could be. I want you to see what I see. I see Baltimore that picks up trash. There are piles of garbage all around Baltimore. It makes life unsafe for our families. I'll work with city leaders to get Baltimore's Solid Waste Bureau the resources it needs to take out the trash. Our streets should be a reflection of our leaders. Clean, not dirty. Much of our trash gathers in abandoned homes. There are over 17,000 abandoned buildings in Baltimore. They are a scar on the face of our city. I will support tax credits and incentive programs to give residents a chance to buy and rehabilitate these homes. Everyone deserves a safe community and a chance at home ownership. Let's put the charm back in Charm City. Who will live in these homes? The newly employed constituents of Baltimore City. This district needs more jobs. The best way to get them is by having businesses invest in our community. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act gives federal tax incentive to drive private investment into opportunity zones just like Baltimore. Who will work in all of these new jobs if we don't have an educated workforce? 9 out of 10 Black boys in Baltimore are not reading at grade level. Over a dozen high schools in Baltimore have zero students proficient in math. This is a tragedy. We can end the school to prison pipeline with school choice, providing parents with options to escape schools that do not serve our children. Let's make Baltimore better for our kids. Isn't that the point? That's my vision for Baltimore. The corrupt leaders hate it. They attack me for taking a stand, for wanting better for our people, our children, our communities. But I'm not the only one who wants better.
Tens of millions of you have shared the struggle of Black people in Baltimore. You lifted our voices. You cared about our Black lives more than our own Democrat leaders. They have done nothing for us. Now they can't hide. It's time for change. We are that change.
I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about Black lives. All Black lives matter. Our communities matter. We matter. And Baltimore doesn't have to vote Democrat.
Caleb
Now,
was an amazing child.
y'all might not know it, but I've been rocking with Kim when she was just a regular little YouTuber. I went on her platform and typed a bunch of messages. I was like, Kim, you got to get your production up. This is some garbage shit you putting out, and I'm riding with you, but this shit look garbage. And she came with that. Oh, and I put the comment on 2 or 3 years ago on her video. It's still there under the video. She ain't got but about 3 or 4 comments, and I'm one of them. She ain't had but about 35 views, and I'm one of them. I seen her coming, but she wasn't running for Congress. I even told her, your ass gonna be a congresswoman one day. She wasn't even doing shows about. She was trying to be a goddamn podcast YouTuber like the rest of us. And then when I hit her with that, the light bulb went on. What? I said, yeah, you got the look. And you're in a city that needs you. Where is she? She's in a Democrat city called Baltimore that's been operated for 50 or 60 years by Democrats. And by now, all the motherfucking buildings are abandoned on her side of town. Trash is in the streets. The Republicans tried to come clean up the trash. The city just wouldn't hand out a permit for them to come in with garbage cans and garbage trucks and clean up the trash. Then that congressman, I can't remember his name, who was over that district, he died. He died. He was an old timer too. He received billions of dollars over his 40 years for Baltimore. None of the money hit the street. All of the money lined the swamp, the black swamp pockets. We don't know where the money went. We certainly know it didn't go to clean up the trash. But yet the dumb down think Biden got the plan. All of the black cities, let's name the 5 biggies. New York, that's trash. Chicago, that's Iraq. Los Angeles, gangbang capital. Detroit, murder, suicide. All these cities are trashed. All of these cities operated by Democrats for years. Maxine Waters controls Compton. Compton been a war zone the whole goddamn time. If we elect her 50 more years, not a motherfucking thing gonna change than the last 50 years she been in there. This is the Democrat Party. Now the girl asked Sarnetta, or someone, Lord Jamal called in Sarnetta's show, and he wants to know, who are you gonna vote for? Sarnetta said he's not voting for a president. He's just gonna go vote on the down ticket. Well, Pit Boss is going to tell you who to vote for. I'm not here to tell you to go vote. I'm here to tell you who the fuck to vote for and why. So here's my motherfucking conclusion. Always vote for your interest, your personal interest, your community interest. Vote in your interest always. So let's say you're anti-Christian. You should vote for Biden. Let's say you're pro-communist. You should vote for Biden. Let's say you are anti-school choice. Let's say you live in one of these poverty-stricken communities and your child goes to a rundown ass school and you don't want the ability to go to another school. You should vote for Biden. Let's say you don't want the STEM programs to come to your neighborhood. You should vote for Biden. Let's say you don't want to clean up the trash in your neighborhood. You should vote for Biden. Always vote your interest. It don't matter if you think your interest is a white supremacist. If that motherfucker will not clean up the trash and that's what you want, vote for that guy. Because he's going to do something in your interest. You can never get a candidate. If we had all black politicians, I mean, top to motherfucking bottom on both Democrat and Republican side, the answer would still be the same. Vote your motherfucking interest. Which one interests you? But know what your interests are. Do you want the opportunity to send your child to another school district that you chose to send them to for your interest? Then you can't vote for Biden. You have to vote for Trump. Trump is pushing school choice. Biden Harrison is pushing no nigga. You gonna go to that rundown ass school district you live in. You ain't about to come over here and bring that trash over here. You gonna stay where you're at. So therefore, if you tired of all these immigrants flooding the job market, you can't vote for Biden. You have to vote for Trump. He's pushing build the wall, slow their ass up, send their ass back, hire more ICE agents to deal with it. You have to vote for Trump. It's in your interest. Fuck all the other reasons that you might not like Trump. Vote for your motherfucking interest. That's who you vote for. What is your motherfucking interest? That's what you need to figure out. Your interest ain't which one is racist. That's not a fucking policy. That's not a policy. Well, I'm gonna vote for the one that's not racist. Well, the one that's not racist said that, you know, he want to start slavery up. Well, that's okay because he's not a racist. It's this fucking retarded. It's retarded. Why should you vote? Because the process of voting will change you. The mere fact of getting your ass up, going to your local voting registration office, the process of doing it, you might just see something. You might just meet somebody. You might just have an experience that changes your mind about everything. You might even, because of it, because you actually voted, you might decide to listen closely over the next 4 years because you participated in the process. Vote for the mere fact that you've never voted. Do something that you've never done to get what you have never had. Change your motherfucking habits and change your destination. That's one reason to vote. Now, if you want freedom, meaning the free market, if you believe that you should have the right to create a product and own it, you have to vote for Trump, because Trump is pushing free market policies. We talking policies. Nonsense is not what we're talking about. We're talking about policies. That's what governs an office. If you believe that our moral standard is declining, you have to vote for Trump, because Trump would like to bring moral standards back to the community in the form of religion. This is how we started the conversation. Can science and atheism come to a conclusion about moral ethics? Does it have any information it can put into the conversation that could help us choose a moral standard? Are criminals projecting a moral standard? Strippers, are they projecting a moral standard? The gay community, do they project our moral standard? You have to vote your interest. It doesn't matter if you can't get all of your interests. You got to vote for the candidate who has the most of your interests. Now, if you're one of these conscious community, satanic, black, eugenic, on the down low, don't want to tell us you agree with that shit, vote Biden. He's for all that shit. He's for all that eugenics, Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, stacking the court. Why do they want to stack the court? Because they're fucked. Tilla Penn Garden Design, she's back. Boy, you come back every 6 months with the peace, family. It's all good. in the hood. You know, I'm gonna drop one every once in a while, bring the old CRTs back out of hiding in retirement. I can't do this every day for y'all. Y'all don't support the channel. So you got to get it when I give it. And that's the only time you can get it, when I'm giving it. But let's go back to this dumb down. Now, I played for you Kim Klacik. Go to her channel. Go to her comment section and just write, Digital Pit Boss sent me here to support you. Right, Doug, I better go over there and see that comment on one of her channels. Because I'm going to go to Baltimore with my camera and do some shit for her. But I need her to see that I sent 3 people over there. That's it. That's all I'm at. You ain't got to share my video. You ain't got to like my shit. Don't send me a donation. Just sit back, understand the game, comprehend it, execute it, and get to the business. So I need you to go over to Kim Klacik. Her name is spelled Klacik. Klacik. And I want you to go on one of her videos and just write Digital Pit Boss. That's Pit with 2 T's. 3 words. Digital Pit Boss sent me here to support you. And she'll know. She will know. Trust me. I've been over there drilling her little channel forever. Now she get 12 million views. My first comment on a video she got 30 views. Do you know how important it is to a YouTuber to see somebody that was around when they had nobody listening? When nobody would listen? When only Pit Boss was in your goddamn chat room supporting you? Go for the underground. Get it, get it, get it. So one of y'all, 2 or 3 of y'all, 10 of y'all, 100 of y'all, just go over to her channel and do that. Today, not while you're bullshitting. And I'll be over there later to follow up. And you gonna watch me merge this shit together. And let me tell y'all another thing. Her district is so poverty stricken. I'm talking about buildings. Let's go. Let me type this in real quick. See, now I'm giving out that I'm giving out that real game. And this is when my haters, this is when they build their whole goddamn channel. When I do shit like this, their whole channel come to life. Baby, you gonna see Brother Larry, Brother Reggie over there talking about, oh, we need to go to Baltimore and buy it up. All right, let's get into a couple of these pictures, right? You see this building? The structure, just the outside of the building is left. Just a brick frame. I'm telling you, I've already looked at this. You can buy these buildings from as cheap as $500 to about $30,000. Now, if you buy some $500 shit, you either got lucky or you bought a brick frame with no guts, no insides, right? You can do it independently or as a group. You don't have to live there. What you're doing is becoming part of the process. So you take a building like that or like this. See, all these buildings are just brick frames and they gutted, windows broken, boards boarded up. And I'm sure all of Baltimore isn't like this, but lots of it is. Lots of it, just straight ghetto shit, right? And you take a building like this, and when you get a Republican conservative that believes in the free market and economics for Black people, They believe in capitalism. She wants to push tax credits. That's that empowerment zone where once you got that, along with a president like Donald Trump, who will get behind that, now you got opportunity to own and recreate Baltimore at some level, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, whatever you got. If you can't buy one by yourself, go find 10 people and y'all all come together. Whatever, do what you got to do. Because you're not going to be the only one who begins this project. See, this project, this building took 50 years to get into this condition. And you can't blame the Republicans for that shit. You could blame the crack era. You could blame the racist police if you want. But this right here is a lack of morals. You have to find the root cause. And that's when you lose your morals, you lose your dignity. And when you lose your dignity, you lose your self-worth. And when you lose your self-worth, your economic value falls tremendously. And this is a slow process to get into this condition. This is why you need Jesus. This is why you need Jesus. Because Jesus will give you self-worth, a moral aptitude to do better. You can't be angry like these cynetic callers. Let me let her play while y'all look at these pictures. Because it's the effect of this shit. The effect of this nigga shit that gets you niggas moving.
But let's go further than that. While Donald Trump was advocating against immigration, he had certain people that worked within his organization, immigrants. He had mostly immigrants working at his Mar-a-Lago, working at his country club. He didn't have black people working in there. He had immigrants working in there. So he's a hypocrite on so many levels. He's rapping and raving about certain things. But did you know he's $450 million in debt to who? Russia? Did you know that he's been doing, this man has been doing so much that I wish people would pay attention, not to the propaganda and the words, but what's in print, what's the lawsuits that are against him.
Do you think
the lawsuit? He got 400 lawsuits against him.
Do you think IRS give a damn about that? He's a white man.
I'm not talking about the IRS. The people should care.
Hold on. She mentioned the lawsuits. See, this is when the dumb down is just in fucking full effect. When you don't know what you're talking about. So there's a Jew lawyer. I forget his name. He personally, the Veritas Project, that's a cold project. The Veritas Project. The Veritas Project is the one who brought that gay out that said he did crack cocaine and sucked Obama's dick in the limo. The Veritas Project. Y'all got to go to veritas.com. They exposed this lawyer who's being funded by I don't know how many deep state. One lawyer brought on 400 lawsuits. And all she sees is the lawsuits. They don't have to win the lawsuits. The lawsuits are there to tie up the system, to keep you dancing with a crime record like Charles Manson. AK motherfucker 47 is the tool. Don't make me act no fool. They got a lawyer, one lawyer, who done brought forth 400 lawsuits. Ain't gonna win none of them. Frivolous. Frivolous. Ain't gonna win near one, trust me. It's not even being talked about because it's a gimmick and a ploy and a deep state tactic. But that's for another show. If y'all want me to get into that, just go in my channel after the video, type in Pit Boss, do a show about that lawyer and them 400 lawsuits. And yeah, now I go do I go get all the links, all the websites, and we'll dig it out. We'll dig it out. But what you need to understand is that Baltimore is the result of Democratic leadership. And this hooker on Sinetti's channel wants more Democratic leadership. But if you let Donald Trump and Kim Classic get control of this district, you're going to see the money coming back. These properties are going to swell to the numbers of $200,000, $300,000 as soon as you clean this rabbit motherfucking infested rat hole the fuck up. Crime gotta leave. Niggas got to get arrested. If you're not going with cleaning up the neighborhood, you must be arrested or get the fuck out of here. One or the other. Y'all gonna swear that that's white supremacy. They're arresting all the drug dealers. That era is over with, nigga. We all participated back in the 80s and the 90s. It's over. It's over. We're moving ahead. We're putting the crack game behind us. We draining the swamp and we moving forward. We ain't never seen a white man tell us that the news media was fake. We never seen a white man come before us and tell us that the CIA was corrupt. We never seen a white man come before us and tell us that the FBI was corrupted to the core at the head and then expose them. We never seen a white man tell us that a vice president was running $1 billion Ponzi scheme in connection with China, Ukraine, and some other countries that haven't even been spoken about. We never seen a white man tell on a white man to this degree. Obviously, the white men he telling on are going to go in a panic mode. And we're going to get Russiagate, Pizzagate, Spygate, this gate, that gate, this door, that door. Everything's going to come up out the kitchen, but the kitchen sink. Throw everything at him, but the kitchen sink. And this is what we're doing. This is what the vote is for. To go into a new direction and leave the direction you was headed. You was headed into perpetual Democrat Party. Trump come along talking about drain the swamp. We see the protests. We see the bikers for Trump versus Antifa. We see the voters for Trump versus Black Lives Matter. We see the condition of Republican neighborhoods versus the condition of liberal Black neighborhoods. We want a new direction. We want some new shit. Look at this. Obama from the slave house to the White House. That's a fucking lie. Obama don't have a nigga in his family connected to slavery. Not American slavery. Not a nigga in his family ever been in American slavery. But this is what you call dumb the fuck down. Everybody knows. Even all the Democrats know Obama daddy is not from America. And his mama's white. Therefore, this nigga don't have a eugenics gene in his body that was attached to the American slave trade. Ever. And neither does Harrison. She don't have a eugenics gene in her body connected to the American slave trade. Not none. Maybe. To the Jamaican slave trade. Maybe. Did you know Harrison's family on the Indian side is connected to the Guptas? Do you know who the Guptas are? Don't make me blast y'all. Don't make me make this show 8 hours long. If I get a $200 donation, I'll do 8 hours today. Where's my PayPal? Go to PayPal Digital Pit Boss. Drop $200 I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna readjust my motherfucking chair, and we going all the way to fuck in. But it's gonna cost you. I don't give a fuck if it's $5 from 40 of y'all or 200 from one of y'all. I'm not sitting in this motherfucker for 8 hours to talk. Motherfucker, I got shit to do, shit to buy. I need some new shit around here. Can I get a new computer? Couple cameras and shit? Can I get a digital pitball sign and neon lights on the wall around this motherfucker? I like begging for fun. But this is what the fight is about. It's not about racism. It's about this shit right here. This is racism when a bunch of black people follow a group of politicians into poverty and welfare forever. That's fucking racism. When you follow some white folks into poverty, not only is it racism, it's suicide. It's all kinds of shit. It's genocide, suicide, all the sides. And this is what it's about. These police are protecting some people cleaning up the streets. This particular one says Baltimore residents echoes Trump's take on the community. Not Biden's take. Biden didn't say, go clean up Baltimore, nigga. Trump said, your city is a rat infested, controlled by the Democrats. Before Trump, Congress gave this city millions of dollars to clean it up, and the money evaporated. Just evaporated. It went everywhere but to clean up some trash. I mean, if you just start, see how these buildings look? Them buildings is kind of cool. Like they're actually operate, except for this building over here. But these buildings, it look like businesses is operating in these buildings. And this is how the whole goddamn city can look. And you could be an owner renting out your flat to somebody that low poverty, getting a welfare check, Section 8. You could have the government paying you to build this building back, to bring this city back. They'll give welfare out to all the Democrats who voted for Biden, and all the motherfucking black people that voted for Trump could rent them out to the people that voted for Biden. How about that? Y'all vote for Biden, go on welfare, get the government check, move into these buildings that the people that voted for Trump own, we'll paint them, fix them up, and you don't got to pay shit. We'll make the Democrats give up their taxes to the government, and we'll have the government cut us a check, and we'll go ahead and fix this shit up for y'all. And we'll rent that shit out until the community value goes up. Then when the community value goes up, we're going to kick you out, move you over to another Democrat city that we haven't formulated yet, let y'all fuck that up, and we're going to sell this shit for $300,000 pop, and we're going to go get us some shit out in Miami. And we're going to learn Spanish. Fuck with the Cubans. The Puerto Ricans for Trump. And the Puerto Ricans for Trump. And the motherfucking Cubans for Trump. While we drink Mai Tais on the beach and watch all the voters for Trump go by in a whole better world. And then I'm going to turn on the news and I'm watch all the gangbangers killing each other in all the Democrat cities. And go, damn, them niggas is gangster, man. These niggas just shot motherfuckers up at the goddamn funeral. They shooting old people at the funeral up. Them goddamn Democrat slaves is crazy as a motherfucker. I'm going to watch it all from a big screen TV, sitting in my motherfucking flat that y'all paid for through Section 8. How about that future? Let's go back to the goddamn dumb down so we can get a full understanding of how we going to pay for this shit.
That your president cheating on his tax.
Listen. That's what I'm saying. You think the IRS really give a damn? If they did, he would.
People should care.
No, listen. I don't care about what the people. The masses of the people are asses. So when you're following the masses, those are asses that you're following. The masses
But he's
are
not an
dumb,
IRS from the debt.
stupid,
It's not from the IRS.
crazy.
No, it's not
So
the
when you
IRS
say-
thing over the debt.
No,
too.
when you
don't
say
owe the IRS.
taxes, but listen, when you say the taxes, they don't give a fuck about that. Because if it was a black man that owed that money, you would have been under the jail by now. Look at
He don't
who
know.
owed taxes.
He don't
hold
owe
on,
it.
hold on. Right, but listen. Who
He
owed
cheated.
taxes back then? Yeah, he cheated. That means you still owe it, right? If you cheated.
He got $72 million in a rebate. He was able to use the tax code
goddamn,
to
if
get a
he cheated, then
refund.
we need to know how he did that shit so we can learn
That's
that
why
shit.
that's why they want him to.
See, I don't know where the fuck all this shit came from with Sinetta, but this nigga right here, goddamn, God, I'm gonna have to go over there and give Sinetta $5 or something for just not being all the way fucking stupid. Trump said we need to Sinetta said we need to figure out what the fuck paperwork did Trump fill out to get a tax rebate. So we can do that shit. It don't just belong to Trump. Whatever the fuck Trump did, it's in the tax code. And nigga, if you knew the tax code, you'd be using the same tactic. You'd be like, you know what? Fuck all that debt. I'm gonna file the rebate, get me some new shit, run for president. But instead, you crying about what the white man did. Like he got some new laws that you niggas don't got. The white man has some knowledge about a swamp system that you was a victim of. You wanted to sit on the board. Trump wanted to own the company. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Let's talk about these taxes. Biden came out and said, y'all motherfuckers want free health care. You want free this, you want free that, you want $1,000 a month. I'm going to raise your taxes and get rid of the Trump tax cut. Do you know how many motherfuckers that didn't like Trump called me and said, man, I just got like $2,500 more dollars back on my taxes because of them tax Trump cuts. That's money in your pocket. So that you could put that down on a flat in Baltimore. Let's go read what Dig Dug said. Dig Dug says, you can buy a row of houses for 10 to 20K, but you have to put 100K of renovation into Baltimore properties and flip it for 200, 400K if it's near Johns Hopkins. That's if you jump in right now, Dig Dug. But if you wait, I don't give a fuck if you 4 miles away from Johns Hopkins. Once they start rebuilding shit and you see that the whole fucking city is going through a renovation, everything going up. Everything. It might not go up at the same rate. Maybe the better neighborhoods is closer to Johns Hopkins. Maybe after the city comes in and put up a new mall on another side of town or something to gravitate business over there. What makes properties go up is when you see businesses go up. But businesses can't go up in the middle of a crack-infested, rat-infested, goddamn degenerate-infested motherfucking neighborhood. It just don't make any motherfucking sense. That's why a nigga won't go right now and occupy one of them buildings where he can get this motherfucker for $1,000. Doug, you only know about the 10 and 20,000. I know about the ones for $500. And I could show them to you and you could go get them. It might be worse than them $10,000 ones. It might not be a whole lot of the $500 ones. But they're there. And Kim Klacik, if she get into that motherfucking position, you're going to watch the transformation take place in 2 years. You're going to see all the shit change. And you know what these Democrat niggas going to do? They're going to be like, man, I heard the niggas getting money in Baltimore. They gonna fund the motherfucking police. If you're gonna put your money there, we're gonna need police there, and the police gonna crack heads in the beginning. Niggas gonna get fucked up because they don't want to change. It's gonna look real racist in the beginning. It's gonna look real motherfucking racist until they clean this motherfucker up. And you see all these conservative niggas buying this shit up, renting it out to you Democrat niggas on welfare. That's how the flip gonna go. You niggas don't want to get with the program, so you're gonna become the program. We're gonna make you the program. We're gonna tell Trump, we done bought all this shit up. We need some renters. He said, well, shit, it's like 40% of the black people didn't vote for me and they still on poverty. Well, we need you to fund they motherfucking ass so that they can get some Section 8 to them niggas. He gonna pass a new Section 8 law so you can fill up the motherfucking shit that all of these conservatives have refurbished for you. And we're gonna bring a city back. We're gonna bring jobs. And eventually we're gonna force you niggas off that Section 8 into these jobs as we get a big ass truck and haul these motherfucking illegals the fuck up out of here, freeing up the motherfucking jobs. Sorry, illegals. It's not your turn yet. You got to go through slavery first. The Mexicans are going through their form of slavery right now. And when it's over, join the motherfucking party. But ain't no coming up in this motherfucker for free. You got to pay your dues to get up into this shit. You don't see niggas hopping on a boat trying to go to Venezuela where you could get a goddamn house for $300 cash, live for the rest of your life, and have about an $18,000 water bill. You could buy a house for $300, but the water bill is $1,800 a month. Why the fuck is that? So this is what is really going down among the woke. Those that say they woke are not woke. They're asleep in a motherfucker. They want Biden and Harrison to bring them poverty in the form of socialism, government-controlled operation. They want to spread the wealth. To spread the wealth, you got to increase the taxes, take everybody's money, and hand it out in the form of welfare. Who in the fuck want to sit around waiting on welfare but a motherfucking nigga Democrat? I'm sorry, I gotta blast y'all. If I don't do it, Umar not gonna do it. If I don't do it, Sinetta gonna halfway do it. If I don't do it, the motherfucking comedics ain't gonna do it. If I don't do it, you won't hear it. So I gotta do it. I gotta be the victim of your motherfucking ignorance as you downlike my video and curse me out and go through the process of fighting against your enantiodromia effect, smashing you in the brain. Luckily, I was built for this shit. And it don't even bother me. I click this shit off and kick back and think of ways to get my crew balling. Not just me, my whole motherfucking crew. Y'all know who you are. Calculate your risk and take it. Fuck is you waiting on? I'll put that link out there. I still ain't seen nobody hit that link. I still ain't seen all you hiders in my motherfucking chat room. How do you feel about what I said? Do I need to go deeper? Do we need to hear more of this dumb down? Let's hear some more dumb down. Maybe y'all ain't got enough.
To release his taxes. He's the only president that hasn't released his taxes. They only got 2 years to someone reach them.
Maybe we need to learn how to do that shit. If he can do it and get away with it, that's something.
You can't claim $17 million loss. He claiming $1 million losses. That's why he's getting. We can't claim $1 million losses making
so
the wages
he
that we
don't
make.
owe the IRS the money.
No, he don't owe the IRS the money. He was able to cheat the tax code where he got a $72 million rebate, and he only ended up paying $750 in taxes because he got good tax lawyers, and it's written in the new tax law that they just passed, the $3 trillion tax law, where 90% of the profits went to the top 1%. So you got to ask yourself, brother, how do 1% control the 99%?
We call it the deep state. We call it the deep state. She really beating herself up and she don't even know it. That's the deep state, nigga. That's what you call socialism, communism at the peak performance. When a small hand of motherfuckers control everybody. Except for those who are free.
By dividing the 99%, making them fight against each other while the 1% continues to rule. It's not about Trump or Biden, right? It's about establishing your power in the best way possible. Trump has to go so America can begin to pay for the damage that is done to the descendants of slaves. Biden talked about reparations. Trump has not promised no reparations. So at least we got a chance to fight.
Stop. Biden said he will only support reparations if the natives was involved. If we are supporting the natives, let's get it
we
right.
support the natives. They got their reparations. So I never heard that. When I watched the debate, and Biden, all the Democratic candidates raised their hands for reparations. All 23.
Biden said he will only support reparations if the natives was involved on the bill. So in order
it has nothing to do with them.
Right, I know that. But Biden said he's only supporting it only if natives is getting this money too, not just black people.
Biden support HR 2040, which is with a 1619 project that they passed in Congress, which is going to talk about reparations. He's in support of that. With Congressman Barbara Lee and Sheila Jackson, they introduced this last year. Trump didn't pass it. He ain't thinking about passing it. He don't care. Biden said he support that. And they say when Biden wins, they're going to introduce the HR 2040 into law, which talks about giving us reparations. Again, Trump has said zero about reparations, zero about a black agenda.
First of all, the HR 20, it talks about looking into things about reparations. It doesn't give you a motherfucking thing. You can pass it all day. They'll pass it. Everybody will pass it. All right, fuck it. We'll look into it. Fuck it. Pass it. And then when you pass it, what did they say they would do? They'll look into it. So they look into it and they say, well, we looked into it and we don't know what the fuck you do. We don't know who to charge. Who do you charge? Who do you say, oh, yeah? Everybody that was operating slavery was doing it legally. There was no illegal slavery going on. Can you charge a motherfucker for operating by the rules? No. All right, well, they're not the. Should we look over here at West Africa? A couple of them kings who sold your ass into slavery, do they owe you? Well, we could tell them to pay you, but we can't make them pay you. We could pass a law. Ghana got to give you niggas 80 trillion. Ghana be like, all right, motherfuckers, we owe you. We ain't giving you shit. If you want it, take it. What can you do? You can't make a motherfucking country come pay you. You might want to say, well, what about all these big ass corporations that built themselves up from us? Okay. Maybe you got a point there. Maybe we could charge all of these companies some type of tax, some slavery tax. You know what they gonna say? You poor ass niggas, I'm moving to France, bitch. I'm moving to Mexico. Fuck you and your slavery tax. And they out of here and all you niggas lost the job. And so they gonna say, well, we looked into it, John. We've concluded we don't know what the fuck to do. How about, as a compromise, we create more jobs for you niggas? How about that? We don't give you no reparations. We give you niggas a job. I'm talking about a real job, 60 grand and plus a year, something you could at least go rent out one of them flats for them black conservatives over there in Baltimore. Maybe, you can do that. Maybe you just feel good that you can afford to take your girl out on a date, buy yourself something. I don't know what you're going to do with the money. How about we create a platinum plan that increases your knowledge and your wealth? How about that as a form of reparations? How about we stop taking your money? How about we just end taxes altogether? That's your motherfucking reparations. Well, you don't have to pay taxes. You niggas listening to these dumb-ass revolutionary Marxists for 60 years have fallen victim to a fucking trap. You will never get out of it. We're going to force you out of it. You don't have enough voters to win. You're going to lose on November 3rd. You Democrats are silenced. You niggas are silent. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You better learn how to live with it. How are you going to live with Trump 4 more years? Do you have a plan for that? Do you have a fight? Do you want to sue him? You want to impeach him? What you going to do? What you going to do if he fulfills the platinum plan and you're against it? What are you going to do? When them jobs show up, man, they ain't fucking taking them Trump jobs. Fuck them Trump jobs. I'm going to file for some Biden welfare. What are you going to do? How are you going to feel in 2024 when it's time to elect the new president and Trump comes out to sponsor a candidate that helped him create the platinum plan for Black people? What, you gonna go against that too? You're like, well, you know, I thought when he said that platinum plan, he was just bullshitting like they always do. I didn't know he was gonna really do that shit. You're gonna vote against your interests. Once again, we back to who do you vote for? Always vote your interests. If you want more poverty in rundown cities, I suggest you vote for Biden. That would be your best bet. I'd be best bet. If you want Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer coming out and wagging the dog's tail at you, I say you vote for Biden. That would be your best bet. That would be in your motherfucking interest. But if you want freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, you're going to have to vote for Trump. It don't matter what you feel emotionally about it. That's what the fuck they're pushing. That's what they're offering on the table. If you're a Christian, and I only know a few of you are these days, you have to vote for Trump. He's pushing Christianity. If you're a Black atheist, Biden's your man. You know what? Young Pharaoh done flipped a lot of the comedics. A whole bunch of them is fucking with Trump. So some of you comedics, y'all gonna have to vote for Trump because Young Pharaoh is for Trump. If Young Pharaoh's for Trump, you know you niggas gotta do whatever the fuck Young Pharaoh talking about. So Young Pharaoh is for Trump, so y'all gotta vote for Trump. Not because you want to, because Young Pharaoh want to. So y'all stuck. You gotta follow Young Pharaoh. Whatever bridge he jump off of, you gotta jump. If you watching Sinetta TV, sound like you gotta vote for Trump. If you for Sinetta, you gotta be for Trump. Let's go back over to Dig Dug because he put up another good little quote. First, let's go to what he said about Kim. I don't know if I can take Kim seriously. She took a page out of The Wire. She said she will allow amnesty for drug dealers for a year, and they need to take their money and become real estate. So, Doug, who is the candidate against Kim that you could take seriously? I don't even know who her opponent is. Can you tell us? But I'm going to go to another Doug quote. This is Doug's prediction. Doug predicts that Trump, 20% black men's vote and 5% women, a total of 25% black votes. Doug, I'm going to counter that with 50% of black people are voting for Trump. You must don't have a fucking clue. You ain't never seen a Blexit movement in the history of America since we was coming out of slavery. That was the last time we had a Blexit movie, was coming out of goddamn slavery. You ain't seen them days. Conservative Republicans in the black community died with Booker T. Washington and Marcus Garvey. And we became full on Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, W.B. Du Bois, NAACP, socialist, Marxist, satanic niggas for 100 years. And you think with the onslaught, you don't really listen to the conservative channels. You ain't really tuned in, Doug. Dug it and dig it. But at least you see a bigger number than before. I give you that much. Let's go down and see what's happening. Ariana. Let's see what she got to say. The black woman logo with the afro says, but all business owners can take advantage of the tax code. Common sense. See, for the few people that come in my channel, they're going to hit you with the hard facts. These are the hard facts. You may not have the lawyers like Trump do to really express those tax codes in your favor, but you can get a book just like the lawyer got a book and study it to the same degree the lawyer studied it, and you could do it for yourself. If ain't nobody gonna save you, are you gonna save yourself? If you don't believe Jesus could save you, are you gonna save yourself? God, are you gonna do that part? Doug says he followed several black conservative channels. I believe you do, Doug, because you certainly come in here dropping some real good information in the chat room. And I'm not taking anything away from you, bro. You certainly, you know, it's hard to support Digital Pit Boss on YouTube. Shit, Digital Pit Boss done burn this bitch down way before Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I was burning down the conscious community. I turned them into sludge. I burnt that shit down so much, even the burn turned to sludge. It was just a wasteland when I was done with it. Nuclear bomb level destruction. And they never been the same since. Can I get an amen to that? After I dealt with the conscious community, full blast, after the Sinetta effect and the Israel Doctrine's revenge, you know what? I think it's time to replay that. I think we need a replay. Don't y'all think it's been a while since we seen Israel Doctrine's revenge? Huh? Ain't y'all ready for a replay? I know you're ready for it. I know you're ready for it. While I go find it, let's finish listening to the dumb down.
Brother,
slow down for a minute. I respect you. Yeah, you know that. I definitely got to have a respect for you.
I know.
But how long have the white man been giving us this damn thing? Remember the 40 acres in the mule?
What?
Remember the 40 acres in the mule? How long that this white man been telling us and making promise to us, sister?
What did it have to do with today?
It got everything to do with today. If he tricked you yesterday and tricked you the other day, and keep going down the same rabbit hole, being fooled and tricked, of course he might try to throw that in there to talk about reparations because he know he's running.
Huh?
And if I can,
but he has to be held accountable.
Sister, None of them are held accountable. Who's going to hold
They
them?
are by the voters.
Stop. Listen. Who's going to hold them accountable? Who? Tell me who.
We are.
How?
We are.
Listen. How are you going to hold them accountable when you ain't putting no goddamn money in the bucket? He's going to be held accountable through them Jewish people because they going to be the one that's paying for him and giving him money. He's only going to listen to... Stop. Listen, sister. He's only listening to the people who is funding him. Black people ain't funding Biden.
Biden has a black. He knows who caused him to win. He wants.
Listen, that's only because he's running. They've been doing this shit for years. This is nothing new. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God.
Through us, black people. He know he owe us. We saved him in South Carolina. And that's what got him past Bernie. And he know he owes us. That's why he promised a black woman on the Supreme Court.
Sister,
and he chose a...
You ever heard of Malcolm when Malcolm said you've been bamboozled?
I gotta give a shout out. I hate to do it, but I gotta keep it 100. Sarnetta is killing her. Where the fuck did he come up with this? Who made Sarnetta change his motherfucking mind over time? He said he evolved. What was the pendulum that popped him in the head and made him swing back the other way? Sarnetta is suffering the enantiodromia. If you don't know what the enantiodromia is, I suggest you go on my channel and listen. It will change your life because it will certainly change your mind. The problem is you're going to hate yourself that you got to fight yourself. So I want to take y'all back. For a little minute, I won't let it all play. I'll just let the good part play. And we're going to go back to when I burned down the conscious community to such a degree that it was nuclear fire on the conscious community.
And that is who the devil is. But if you don't know who the devil is, brother, I can't trust you.
Stop bullshitting. The reason why I don't believe in that white man still stuff, I think it's making black people lazy.
But you don't want to believe that. And not believing that
Hold on.
is why you're suffering. The white man is the devil.
I'm telling you that the white man not the devil.
If you don't accept that, I can't deal with you. You're going out there and do a Sammy Davis Jr. or Ben Marine with white people all you want. I'm telling you, boy, old girl, white man don't care nothing about you, nigga. Point blank. You can smile on your face at work just to tell his friends, there's a good colored girl at my job. She's not bad. She minds her business. She doesn't bother anybody. She's docile. She's sedate. She's a trained monkey. That's how he sees you. You're no threat to him because you're not asking for your rights. You're just asking for a right to be like him.
Yeah, I am in a predicament. Oh, candy coated in wickedness. Guns loaded, hear me eventually. Everybody ducking when I click. Yeah, I'm talking me. Told you to let it be. Get bullet holes for free. Who you supposed to be? I bet you don't even know. All eyes on me. So let me tell you a hoe just crying about me. Yeah, I find it hard just shuffling in my car. Cause I'm the Iron Man or Tony Stark. I'm a tired man with a beating heart. Not an ordinary nigga, man. Denzel Washington, I do it for the glory, man. I take a beating in my boots. I take revenge from my teacher like Bruce. I love my old man. So I came up with a game plan. If he don't want to stick around, I'ma still become a man. Revenge. Yeah, I want praise, pop up and kiss. Anybody's ass about shit, be a man about it. God, I'm a man without it. I do a lot of shopping quietly. I go about my shit, really about it. Who really be about it? Who just talk about it? The kind of niggas ain't shit. Then the kind of niggas that snitch. Tell them other niggas where they hit. Tell them motherfucker where you keep your shit. I know he got some money, man. Something we can split. I wanna give him penny. That's my man. I got a surprise. Count it up like my birthday. I watch him take gifts away. I got to walk away. But I still got credit of the game. I can still play, but ain't no sunshine if this nigga gone. Skulls and bones, I'm a member of the throne. Spot 007, no lie. Evil people. Don't make me so bad. My mother broken.
You pull out the King James version of the Bible, and you go to Revelations 1, 14 and 15, and you say, read that. And you go, you know, that's the, you got me. Well, you know, it says he has hair of lamb's wool, and it says he has skin of bronze, but that doesn't mean he was black. So, I'm just saying that our fight really isn't with the Caucasian. Our fight is with the Negro first. We gotta conquer the Negro first. Because if we can conquer the Negro, if we got 1,000 problems with the Caucasian, if we can conquer the Negro, that'll solve 999. That's what I believe.
Just accept me, Mr. White. Let me eat in a restaurant with you. Let me go to your parties. Let me wear your style of clothes. Let me think like you, Mr. White. You would think that's a very little thing for the white man to grant. But he won't give it to you. You're still the Negro, or the nice Negro that he knows, or the nice colored girl. You always take some strange pain.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there because I'm going to start bringing back all kind of emotions. And we're going to have Sinetta over here trying to shut down my video. Nobody burn that shit down like Israel Doctrine and Digital Pit Boss. Y'all can say what you want. All that means, if you don't agree, you wasn't there. You didn't see it in real time. And that's the real king of consciousness, Sinetta. Not you. Sinetta did a video talking about he the king of consciousness. No, nigga, the king don't get burned down by those in the kingdom and remain the king. When those in the kingdom burn your shit down, they become the king. Pit Boss is the king of consciousness around this motherfucker. Period. If I wasn't, you niggas would come face me. But y'all know, deaf to you player haters, don't let me find you. It's all good. It is what it is. It was just real shit that happened in the conscious community while we was having fun, burning it down. Why was we burning it down? Because we was creating these Democrat liberal slaves by the millions. That's what I seen going on. I was like, wait, hold the fuck up. You is enslaving my people. Peace, peace, family. I got to come save my people from this bullshit, this socialist, Marxist, communist, revolutionary, democratic demise of my people. And you know that my people fought me for doing it. I took the same flack Harriet Tubman took. Did you know it was one of you Democrat Negroes who told on Nat Turner? He over there, hiding over there with his boys. It was you niggas. Y'all always show up and spoil the real revolution. The real revolution is never led by socialist Marxists, ever. That's the false revolution. The real revolution is always led by freedom-loving conservatives, Black Christians. In all of Black history in America, don't make me act no fool and start pulling up the history, because y'all just gonna be mad like you was before. When I start showing you, oh, no. You want to talk about the revolution in Haiti? Christians. Don't make me get into it. I don't want to hear about what the fuck Tariq Nasheed was talking about. That was all propaganda from the left. And speaking of goddamn Tariq Nasheed, their reparations conversation has fell all the way the fuck apart. And now Tariq Nasheed is blasting ADOS. And ADOS disappeared when Black Lives Matter caught fire. Just ADOS went out the fucking door. All you ADOS niggas, you descendants of slaves. Who in the fuck want to label themselves a descendant of a slave? How can you ever get out of the mindset of being a slave if you label yourself a slave? Fuck ADOS. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Fuck George Soros. Fuck that Marxism. Fuck that communism. Fuck all that shit. What the fuck are you doing to yourself by degrading yourself? You cannot win. I hate to have to bust you up, but if I don't do it, Sonnet ain't gonna do it. He gonna give you the platform to talk that talk. Speak your speech. And your speech gonna put you in a perpetual degradation, dumbed down education. We totally killed the libertarian socialists in the conscious community. Nobody wants to hear about that shit no more. Everybody want to hear about economics, building a business, LLCs, trades, getting construction jobs, buying stocks, the Bitcoin. Nobody wants to fucking hear about the nature. If that was true, Brother Reggie would be popping. But because his information is boring and bullshit, his fan club stays small. Because that's not the future. The future is technology. That's the T in the STEM. The future is engineering a new community. That's the E in that STEM. The future is multiplying your economics. That's that M in the STEM. Multiplication, mathematics. Multiply and subdue the earth. What does it mean to subdue the earth? It is to take control of the natural environment and make the natural environment work for you. How do you do that? That means you have to go into nature, not to become a plant and a tree, but to master what it is and what it can do for you. That's called subduing the earth. To become masters of the universe. You ain't getting this in the conscious community. They was telling you to become one with nature. I'm telling you to master nature. Fuck being one with it, master it. Make it be a slave to you. You become the master and nature becomes your slave. Why? Because we have the capacity to control the wind. We have the capacity to pull energy out the ocean. That's controlling it, not becoming one with it. If you become one with nature, you become subject to nature. You run up on a poison dart frog and he tell you, well, they didn't tell you about me. And you touch the poison dart frog and die. Because you didn't learn how to take the poisons of the poison dart frog and use it as a cure. Because you were steadily trying to become one when you should have been trying to become its master. Because you was given all authority by the highest consciousness in the universe. That's Bible without Bible. As much as I could give you demons Bible without you niggas being upset. That's pure Bible. Now that I told you that, you're upset. Oh, well, if that's Bible, fuck that. I want to be one with nature. Anything but that Bible. That's what you niggas come here to cry about to me. That I expose you niggas to revealing the understanding of the Bible. Y'all mad because I broke down what the 7-headed dragon with the 10 horns was, and you still are not trying to expose that information because you can't. You niggas is so pathetic. I had to give you this Kamala song just to make you feel better. This is for you Democrats.
Oh, I'm so lit, I don't know what I'ma do. Now that she running with Biden, I'm vibing. You mad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't black excellence, it is irrelevant. Why you mad? She with a white man. Better love while you still can. Worry less for her husband and more about what her heart stand. Cause representation is what we need. And you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that the first black woman VP ain't what little black girls need to see. Just your racism, your sexism, your bigotry at the door. On your insolence and your ignorance, we ain't trying to hear it no more. Kamala Harris is here to stay. Despite all the poison you try to spray. If black is king, she is a queen. Guaranteed she rise anyway. Kamala, I'm so lit, I don't know what I'ma do. Now that she running with Biden, I'm vibing. You bad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't black excellence, it is irrelevant. It's Kamala, not Kamala. Put some respect on her name. Past time to stop dissing black women. We be fighting villains just for existence. Like Obama, they wonder she all the way black, graduated from Howard, forgot about that. Discrediting her record, no contest of facts. Judging like you, God, need to fall back. Deflecting disrespect and ask yourself why. Do powerful women eat you up inside, huh? Why you wanna hate on Kay Harris? You the one mediocre, but you acting like she average. Your accomplishments amount to pay the Instagram spatting while she all up in the Senate spitting facts straight back. And now I ain't saying that she perfect, but I'm 1,000% that she worth it. Cause we cut from the same cloth. I'm historical black, we coming for it all. The woman is formidable, unforgettable, living history. Our ancestors' wildest dreams, taking a stand for men like you and me is not a decision I gotta contemplate. Kamala to make America great. Kamala to make America great. Kamala will make America great. Kamala will make America great. Kamala, oh, I'm so lit, I don't know what I'ma do. Now that she running with Biden, I'm vibing. You bad and you act a black woman made you. She reppin' AKs, I'm reppin' DST, but we are all the same. Call it Greek unity. She is my sister and I am her pusher. If it ain't black excellence, it is irrelevant.
The Democrats are using strippers, rappers, singers, fluters, tap dancers, any motherfucking body. Please help us. We need some help. Over here, we need some help. Trump is fucking us up. The swamp is losing water. That's all I could give you, Democrats, to make you feel better. Because the reality is you don't stand a motherfucking chance. Have you ever heard of the silent majority? Do you know who the silent majority is? They use the word majority because it's more of them than it is of you. No one is hiding the fact that they're for Biden. Nobody. Anybody for Biden. Oh, I'm for Biden. Fuck Trump. He's a racist. Systemic racism. I'm Biden all the way. Nobody is hiding the fact they're for Biden. Only person hiding is Biden. But Biden fans ain't hiding. They ain't in the bunker basement. You know what I need to get? I can't go without letting Trump talk. God damn, if you don't like Trump, you're going to hate this part of the show. But you might be interested because Trump used some very vulgar words. Let me show you how bad this motherfucker is right here. This motherfucker right here, nigga. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So y'all know about the badass Iran, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Let me see. Trump radio show. Let me see. I gotta figure out how to find it. It's hard. Okay. What's his name? Hey, Dig Dug. What's the name of the Republican dude that got the radio show? Old white man, super famous. He got cancer. He about to die. Ariane. What's that dude's name? What's the name of the white dude? He runs a radio show. He got cancer. Trump gave him an award. What's his goddamn name? So I can pull up that show. I need some help, chat. I need some help in the chat. Y'all know who I'm talking about still? All right, let me think. Rush Limbaugh. See? It'll come to me. Rush Limbaugh. Yep. Here we go. Here we go. Take a listen.
Now that he is feeling better, President Donald Trump may try to hold a campaign rally as early as tomorrow. The president was on the Rush Limbaugh show this afternoon and said that he is getting great polling in key states. And he tweeted today that COVID relief negotiations.
That's some bullshit. Okay, here. It's only a 1 minute long. Wait. Damn it, where is that clip? Here we go. Off. Here we go. Wait. Here we go. Now we getting it. Now we getting where we want to get to while the getting is good. This is what we call draining the swamp worldwide. Hold on. Okay. Oh man, he playing the audio so goddamn low. I gotta find another clip.
No, I think the aggression from his medication is showing.
See, these motherfuckers can't stand when a president just stand up and blast. Here we go. Let me see. Let's see if this clip is better. We gotta get ready to commercial first. Get this commercial out the way. Oh man, it's the same goddamn clip. All right. Damn. Hold on. They just got like 10-second clips. I want the whole buzzang. Here go one.
We have strength in weapons and things that we never had before. We never had it like we have it now.
Right.
And Iran knows that, and they've been put on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before. And they understand it. But here's the thing.
Okay, one more time. One more time. Let me break this down to you. Let me put this clip into context. So Trump comes into office and he realizes that the deep state is using perpetual war to fund the snake that slithers in the grass. He wants to chop the head off the snake. But to do that, you got to weaken the snake to even get to the head, because the head is the Federal Reserve. That's the ultimate head of the snake. It is where all the power is centralized. Everything else feeds off that. So the wars are part of the body of the snake, and he needs to decapitate the head, so he has to weaken the body to attack the head. So Trump came into office and started shutting down deep state projects such as the industrial war complex. And Iran was a pawn in that game. And so Trump comes into office and he puts sanctions on Iran, and he tell Iran, you better calm the fuck down while I'm up in here. You better calm your ass down and wait for Biden and one of these Democrat motherfuckers. Because if you even act a fool, we ready for your ass. And this is what it sounds like coming from Trump.
We have strength in weapons and things that we never had before. We never had it like we have it now.
Right.
And Iran knows that, and they've been put on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before. And they understand it. But here's the thing.
Ooh-wee, baby. You really got to understand what's being said. The level of that threat. Don't fuck around with what we're doing. Because, you know, Iran can play a palm position for the deep state and bomb, a boat in the ocean or do some shit with the oil or whatever they want to do. They got all kind of tactics. And Iran ain't no Mickey Mouse ass army over there. The Iranians is some bad motherfuckers. They not better than Trump and the motherfucking U.S. Army though. Not all that money he spent on the army. And he told them, stay your ass in your seat. Because if you get out your seat, if you move your meat, you're going to lose your seat. If you move your meat, you're going to lose your seat. It was just a quick little radio edit, a little radio F-bomb, just to let you know. It's deeper than rap. And see, what the Democrats is trying to do is get him out of there so they could get back to the wars. Because as soon as Trump come out, Biden goes in, we'll have Biden doing deals with China. All of a sudden, everything in the store is made in China again. Just in case you haven't noticed, the made in China labels are starting to disappear. They're still there. There's lots of shit they still make, but they're slowly disappearing. And as they disappear, you know what's coming back? Made in America. You know when America was great? When shit was made in America. You remember your parents that worked for General Motors? They was great. They had a good job. They was great. And then the job moved to Mexico and China. And it was no longer great. For them, they took the retirement package and moved to Texas. And they kicking it. They're like, well, we don't give a fuck. We good, but your children aren't good. Your parents are doing better than you, and you've been working 20 years. And you still can't catch up to your parents. The ones of you who ain't got no crack parents. The ones of you who have working parents that worked 25 years and retired with a check. And now they operate in a little small business or an online business or investing in stocks or just, chilling on some buying real estate, flipping real estate, whatever. You still can't catch up because America ain't great for you. But it was great for them. But not for you. So now Trump wants to make it great for you. How? By bringing the jobs back, by bringing Made in America back. But you don't understand that. You're over there on SideNet and listening to this dumpy broad talk. John Doe, yeah, Mark Levine is a hot channel. He don't get enough support in the black community. And Doug, you dropped a whole bunch of black conservatives. I don't want to hear from no black conservatives. Black conservatives, what the fuck they talking about? Shut your ass up, black conservatives. I want to hear from the people who've been talking that talk for 50 years. That's the kind of conservative channels I go to. I don't want to hear the new nigga that came on when Trump came into office. Candace Owens can't teach me shit. She don't know shit. She barely woke up. And all these goddamn channels you put up there, I read that shit. You know, I'm a bang where I gotta bang, man. I gotta do it. They cool for the barely awoken. Where that channel at? I'm gonna post it because I support Doug, but I like to just call it out. I don't give a shit. Where you put that shit at? Where'd you write that shit at? Here it go. This is it. What happened? Okay, we gotta do it this way. Oh, I gotta go over to my other page to post it. Here we go. So Shirley Hassar and Anthony Brian Logan and the Uber guy and the Afri Synergy News, they don't know shit. They're just regurgitating what the fuck they're hearing. Boom, 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 boom. You got to go hardcore. You got to tell me about conservatives spitting that shit in the 1950s. I played all this shit on my channel before Trump was in office. You want me to go back and play one of them old ass speeches from 1959? Do I need to do that? Where they tell you all about the deep state? Back when we looked at the Republicans as pure racists. All these motherfuckers is racist. Until Trump come along and show you, no nigga, the Democrats are the racists. They're even worse than the KKK because they don't say that they're racist. They don't use racist terms towards black people. They use racist policies to make your neighborhood poverty, and they pump drugs into your community and allow trash to just pile up in your community. That's racist. So we'll go watch those channels, Doug, for just the newbies. But if you want to really, really understand the conservative view, people who got channels and organizations built 50, 60 years, 100 years fighting against this shit. You can't use nobody who popped up in the last 2-3 years. You got to go back to the beginning and the root of the fight. Let me go get Robert Welch for you. Some real conservative shit. Not no motherfucking Candace Owens. Even though I ain't got nothing against Candace Owens and the Brexit movement. They just don't know shit. Not enough to teach me. But I was playing all this shit before Donald Trump. I know right where to go to find this shit. That's how much I've been doing this shit. Way back, son. Here we go. I might.
A part of that plan, of course, is to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example. Now, here are the aims for the United States. 1, greatly expanded government spending for every conceivable means of getting rid of ever larger sums of American money. as wastefully as possible. 2, higher and then much higher taxes. 3, an increasingly unbalanced budget despite the higher taxes. 4, wild inflation of our currency. 5, government controls of prices, wages, and materials, supposedly to combat inflation. 6, greatly increased socialistic controls over every operation of our economy and every activity of our daily lives. This is to be accompanied naturally and automatically by a correspondingly huge increase in the size of our bureaucracy and in both the cost and reach of our domestic government. 7, far more centralization of power in Washington and the practical elimination of our state lines. There is a many-faceted drive at work to have our state lines eventually mean no more within the nation than our county lines do now within the states. 8, the steady advance of federal aid to and control over our educational system, leading to complete federalization of our public education. 9, a constant hammering into the American consciousness of the horror of modern warfare, the beauties and the absolute necessity of peace, peace always on communist terms, of course. And 10, the consequent willingness of the American people to allow the steps of appeasement by our government, which amount to a piecemeal surrender of the rest of the free world.
Hold on. Let me go back. Now, what he just ran off was a 10-point plan of the Democrat, Socialist, Marxist, Communist operation that we have seen come to fruition all the way up to Barack Obama with centralizing power in the government. We don't want that. We want deregulation. Get these niggas out of here. I gotta run this back. This shit right here. You can't fuck with Trump. This is why us who know. This is why I know right where to go to find this type of shit. Because I've been playing this type of shit on my channel when y'all wasn't ready for it. Before Donald Trump, when Barack Obama was in that motherfucker and I was teaching about double speak. You niggas didn't know nothing about no damn double speak. I ain't heard you niggas teaching me shit about no double speak. You didn't know nothing about it. Now you know something about it. Because I brought it to your attention.
Of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations.
So they want to kill American sovereignty. That's what socialism is. Taking away American sovereignty.
Of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example. Here are the aims for the United States. 1, greatly expanded government spending.
Expand government spending in the form of free health care, free this, free that, anything. Spend this government money to the wop, to the woo-wop. I'm going point for point now.
Every conceivable means of getting rid of ever larger sums of American money as wastefully as possible.
Get rid of the money wastefully. What Trump did with the money. He rebuilt the motherfucking armed forces. You can't call that wasteful spending. It's necessary that this motherfucking army nigga is always on top, because as soon as it's not on top, that's when all this shit stops. He built the wall. He put the economic zones in effect. You call that wasteful spending? Oh, he's coming for building the roads and the bridges and inner cities, rebuilding America. You call that wasteful spending?
2, higher and then much higher taxes. 3,
higher and then much higher. That's Obama. I mean, that's Obama. That's Biden. That's Bill Clinton. higher taxes, and then higher taxes. This is how they control you. Before long, your whole check is taxes. And you're living in a government-funded building where you don't have to pay, but all your work is taxes. You look like the slave in 1984 movie.
An increasingly unbalanced budget, despite the higher taxes.
An unbalanced budget. Now, I will admit, the budget is through the motherfucking roof right now. But here's the deal. We're reverting back to that gold standard. Some form of it. Some kind of form of it. And that debt is going to vanish. Watch what I tell you.
4, wild inflation of our currency. 5, government controls of prices, wages, and materials.
Government control of prices, wages, and material. You do not want the government in control of prices of material. You want the free market to control the price. Motherfucker want $10, another motherfucker got it for $5. That'll bring the price down to $7. The guy who's cheaper, he'll go up. The guy who's expensive, he'll come down. That's called the free market.
Supposedly to combat inflation. 6, greatly increased socialistic controls over every operation of our economy and every act.
He talking about socialistic controls over all the operations of our economy. You want the government to socially control the hospitals and the schools. Are you fucking crazy?
Activity of our daily lives. This is to be accompanied naturally and automatically by a correspondingly huge increase in the size of our bureaucracy and in both the cost and reach.
So when you increase the bureaucracy, the government, you have all of these unnecessary factions where if you're trying to open up a business, you got to go into 10 buildings just to get a license to operate. All of these unnecessary buildings. That's the first thing Trump did when he came in office, was get rid of all the unnecessary bureaucracy to get this economy back cracking. And you dumb down ass niggas want to get rid of him. Are you out your fucking minds?
Of our domestic government. 7, far more centralization of power in Washington and the practical elimination of our state lines.
Oh, to the motherfuck MG. You want to get rid of state lines, the borders. No more borders. How many motherfuckers? No more borders. You have us confined to borders. You want to get rid of that. To centralize power in the government so they control the whole world? Get the fuck out of here.
There's a many-faceted drive at work to have our state lines eventually mean no more within the nation than our county lines do now within the states. 8, the steady advance of federal aid to and control over our educational system.
Ooh, the steady advance of control of our education system. This nigga Trump is yelling free choice so that you can control the curriculum. Do you know what free choice means? It means that if there's a curriculum in a school and you do not like the curriculum, fuck if the building is new and it's got some paint and they brought in some fancy big screen computers, fuck that. You could be like, I don't like the curriculum. And when you leave to go to a school where you like the curriculum, the money goes there. And when all the money ends up on a specific curriculum, the curriculum that's losing people comes to an end. That's that 1619 bullshit. So it's not only about making the school better and getting better teachers and painting the school and getting rid of the graffiti on the walls. It's about that curriculum. You can't control the curriculum unless you have school choice. And you dumb down ass niggas want to force yourselves to go to that rundown ass libertarian school you've been going to with that badass education you've been getting. You dumb down niggas. Stop it. This is 1958. Don't tell me about no goddamn Donald Trump.
Leading to complete federalization of our public education. 9, a constant hammering into the American consciousness of the horror of modern warfare.
Boom, this is 1958, and they plan to just hammer modern warfare. We got a video game, I play it all the time, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. That's the name of the video game. You just go in there and shoot shit up. Boom, 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 boom. To hammer it in your fucking head that you're supposed to be in perpetual war. 1984's The Movie. In fact, we have a modern day, in fact, it's dumbass agent niggas running around with guns till them feds come in. I'ma look good when them feds coming. If them feds watching, I'ma look good. 1958, nigga, and you crying about Trump.
The beauties and the absolute necessity of peace. Peace always on communist terms, of course.
Peace on communist terms. He's using the word communist in 1958. Robert Welch still has a conservative view, channel, operation in existence on YouTube, constantly putting out videos. His group was not a Trump fan when Trump came in office. Trump convinced them he knows the solution. Their shit. He took this play right here and ran it up their ass. And they can't stand it. They can't stand it. This is why these demonistic, non-Christian niggas in the conscious community is crying like a motherfucker, because they've been pre-programmed with the Democrat slave trade in their mind ever since they ran into Margaret Sanger and W.E.B. Du Bois and the Negro Project. These niggas been doomed ever since. Don't make me act no fool.
And 10, the consequent willingness of the American people to allow the steps of appeasement by our government, which amount to a piecemeal surrender.
A piecemeal surrender through propaganda, constantly in your face. Look here. Walt Disney took over Fox News. Fox News is on the downswing. The Democrat liberals now control all the news. The next 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency, Fox News will not be his friend. They're going to invade Fox News with Democrat liberals. Socialist Marxist Facebook. Socialist Marxist Google. Socialist Marxist YouTube will control the airwaves. This is a limitation on the freedom of speech implemented by the deep state left. Socialist Marxist communists. 1984 George Orwell's representation. All we have is Trump. A one-man band smashing the drum. And we already know some of you will never understand what freedom looks like. You're too used to being a slave. You think an extra piece of cornbread is freedom. You don't want to have to make your own corn. You don't want to have to subdue the earth. You want the earth subdued for you. You don't want to have to get up, get out, and get something. You want to watch the days of your life pass by. You don't want freedom because you're an anti-Bible, Marxist communist, comedic, satanic, dumbed down ass nigga. And the only person willing to not be your friend to tell you the truth is Digital Pit Boss. And that's all that I got for you today.